Hi, my name is Ruth. I've lived in Cambridge now for well over 20 years. I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to be alive. My mother, at the age of 12, living in Germany, wore a yellow armband, a yellow star. My father, in Berlin, born in Berlin, was arrested after Kristallnacht and taken to Buchenwald. I'm here for them. I'm here because Britain took them as refugees, because they came here and they were accepted as refugees. They were desperate, they had nothing, and they were accepted. We should not be turning refugees away. It's inhuman. To me, this is about common humanity, and I would be delighted to be here with anybody who is prepared to say never again. And I don't mind whether they are socialists selling newspapers or whether they are conservative activists. I am happy and proud to be here with conservative activists who are acting on behalf of refugees. Thank you.
No human is illegal. Thanks. My name's Anne Alexander and I'm a member of UCU, which is the University and Colleges Union, which represents hundreds of people working in the university, students, PhD students who are teaching and staff in the colleges and working for the university, and 110,000 members across the UK. I'd like to really quickly read out a message that our General Secretary sent to all members of the Union today. She said, "As educators and trade unionists, we condemn Donald Trump's attempt to demonise and divide human beings based on their nationality or religion. We stand with the thousands protesting in New York and across the world against this appalling policy." And I'm very proud actually that Sally Hunt, our General Secretary, is speaking tonight outside Downing Street on a protest for which I'm sure there are many, many more people than there are here. And there will be as well, I'm sure, thousands marching again on Saturday at a protest that's called by Stop the War Coalition and a host of other organisations and Stand Up to Racism, which will march from the US Embassy down to Downing Street. And again, we have to say that what we need to be doing, I think, is doing what we've done tonight, getting out into the streets. We need to be mobilising for the demonstration that's coming up on the 18th of March on UN Anti-Racism Day, and particularly to be mobilising to say, when Donald Trump comes, if he comes, that we will shut this country down. I say that as somebody who's working in higher education. My colleagues are from all over the world. Students come here from all over the world. This university has for centuries been a place of exchange of knowledge where people have come from all over the world. We should say to Donald Trump and to Theresa May that if they continue down this path, we will resist them by any means necessary. Thank you.
Good evening, Cambridge. My name's Miriam. I'm chairman of the Oxfam Society here in Cambridge. And I stand in front of you today as a Jewish student who, like our speaker a couple of times ago, would not be alive if it wasn't for the incredible generosity that this country and ordinary people had shown to my family a couple of generations ago. My grandfather and his family grew up here in Cambridge, and they were only able to do that because this beautiful country took them in when so many others turned their backs. But that was not just something that this country did. That was a movement of ordinary people. It's easy to look back at history and think that it was the government that made these changes, the government that made these things happen. But it was ordinary men and women standing up and saying, those are our brothers and sisters, and they are welcome here. So I say to you today, this is not the time to talk, this is the time for action. We cannot forgive ourselves for standing back and being on the wrong side of history. Nothing good comes easy, and we may not have all the answers, but that does not mean that we should stop trying. So I urge to all of you here today, whatever your political affiliations, whatever societies you might be part of or groups you might be part of, is to do something. Not just to talk about it, but to get out there and do it. Because together, we really can make things happen.
Right, good evening ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Carpen, I'm a local reporter and filmer and local historian. The videos will be up on YouTube later on this evening. Every single one of you here, you are following in a wonderful civic tradition here in Cambridge. Because previously, when there has been oppression in the world, the people of Cambridge, both students here and locals, have stood up to be counted. In 1933, the first woman mayor of Cambridge, Eva Hartree, wonderful woman, set up the first local welcoming committee and arrangements for refugees from Nazi Germany and also from Italy. We have been here before, and it was the women of Cambridge who stood up and really made a difference. It was another local woman, Frida Knight, who went over from Cambridge to Spain to deal with the fascists. She ended up being captured in France, but broke out of prison and ended up back here, ultimately to write a book about Cambridge music. My point is, democracy may begin at home, but it doesn't end there, as we are seeing. So for those of you, all of you here, my appeal is just to do, as a result of coming here, just do one small action or one small behaviour change as a result of the people that you've met here, the speakers that you've heard from, and just see what difference we can all make. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much.
Hello, Cambridge! It is wonderful to see you all here tonight. As you can hear, I'm from the other side of the pond. I'm a naturalized British citizen. I chose to become British. I chose to become British because I was so strongly affected by the kindness and the fairness that I met when I came to live here 20 years ago. Today, I'm not feeling very proud. Now, I'm also a musician, so I'm here to call out to all of you artists in this crowd. You must bring your songs, you must bring your writing, you must bring your art, you must bring your sculpture, you must bring your performance to this resistance, because art is our soul. Art is our soul. Now, you may be aware that Donald Trump wants to defund the National Endowment for the Arts in the United States, which is a crime. We need art. We need art to sing the song of resistance. Now, I've been on Facebook quite a bit lately. Someone told me I was a tool. And I said, if I'm a tool, then I'm gonna be a hammer. I'm gonna hammer in the morning. I'm gonna hammer in the evening. All over this land. I'm gonna hammer out danger. I'm gonna hammer out a warning. I'm gonna hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Sing with me. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening all over this land. I'm gonna hammer out a danger. I'm gonna hammer out a warning. I'm gonna hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Don't forget your souls.
Hi, Cambridge! I just want to say that as a Mexican and an American from Texas, we don't want a wall! No wall! My family crossed the Rio Grande from Mexico, and we are not rapists. No human should be blanketed with these horrible prejudices of Donald Trump. So we don't want a wall. No 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 wall.
Evening, evening. So tonight we've heard from a number of speakers. But what I'm tired of hearing tonight is about British values. I'm tired of hearing about American values and how through this sorry state of history we've somehow lost these gleaming jewels of values that we used to hold. Britain was built on the colonial powers of the Straight White Male. British values are elitism, their oppression, and their fundamental inequality. America was built on the backs of slaves in a land not their own, stolen through the systematic elimination of the indigenous people. They have silenced every vulnerable person. It is time for us to realize that we cannot hold British values. We cannot defend American values. Don't give them too much credit. The freedom America proclaims has incarcerated a quarter of every prisoner in the world. And how many more voiceless prisoners do we not know about have they enslaved? It is time for us to reject wholly British values. It is time for us to reject American values. We must deconstruct the very fabric of their power. Because once the structures of oppression are in place, they can be filled with any human you like. You can fill it with blacks, you can fill it with Jews, or in this case you can fill it with Muslims, or people just from a country that's predominantly Muslim. This is nothing new. Just yesterday I've been told 3 gunmen went to a mosque at prayer time in Quebec City and opened fire, killing 5 innocent people. This disease cannot spread. We must stand together now and win this fight before this insidious disease spreads, and we must win the war on every single structure of oppression that exists in this world. Where's the press? Because I want you to put this in front of Donald Trump's face, in front of Theresa May's face, and in front of every single political leader in the world. Because today I speak directly to Trump and Theresa May. The time of your reign is almost over.